Everybody Loves Raymond looked like a perfect family sitcom from the outside. A funny dad, a smart mom, quirky kids, and in-laws who lived too close for comfort. But behind those laughs was a show filled with real-life drama, personal struggles, and big decisions that shaped its legacy forever. What really went on behind the scenes of one of television's most beloved sitcoms might surprise you. The title alone had a story of its own. It didn't come from a clever writer or marketing team. It came from a sarcastic remark made by Ray Romano's real-life brother, a New York City police officer. He once joked, "I go to work and people shoot at me. Raymond goes to work and everybody loves Raymond." Ray didn't even like the title at first. He thought people might judge him for it or think it sounded arrogant. But it stuck. Over time, it turned out to be the perfect title for a show that wasn't just about Raymond. It was about the chaos and comedy that came with being part of a close, loud, and sometimes frustrating family. Even the opening sequence had a clever twist. Instead of flashy visuals, it showed the family standing on a moving conveyor belt, ending with Robert, Raymond's brother, delivering the final line. That scene, just like the show, was simple but smart. The title became so well known, it even inspired jokes in other shows, like the line from Everybody Hates Chris. That's when you know a show has truly become part of pop culture. Many people don't realize how close the show was to Ray Romano's real life. He had 3 kids, Alexandra, and twin boys named Gregory and Matthew. In the first episode, the kids in the show had the exact same names. But the producers decided to change the boys' names to Michael and Jeffrey to create a bit of distance between fiction and reality. Ally, the daughter, kept her name. It was just one of many ways the show balanced truth and storytelling. Even the child actors changed during the show. The original twin boys were Justin and Drew Ferreira, but they didn't stay long. As they got older, they no longer looked like toddlers, and the producers needed kids who better fit the roles. That's when Sawyer and Sullivan Sweeten came in. They brought new energy to the characters, even if they didn't look much like Ray. Still, they became fan favorites, and their presence helped shape the heart of the family on screen. Brad Garrett, who played Robert Barone, was a standout from the beginning. His deep voice, long frame, and perfect timing made Robert both lovable and sad. He won 3 Emmys for the role. But off-screen, Garrett was going through something very serious. During the early seasons, he was a high-functioning alcoholic. He admitted he often showed up to set under the influence. That fact is hard to believe, considering how good he was in every scene. Eventually, he realized he needed to make a change and quit drinking before the first season even ended. His story became one of strength, showing how he managed to face his problems without letting it destroy his career. As the show grew more popular, it also faced issues behind the scenes. The biggest was about money. Ray Romano became the highest-paid actor on TV in 2003, earning about $1.8 million per episode. But his co-stars, including Brad Garrett, were making a lot less. Garrett earned around $160,000 per episode. That's still a big paycheck, but the gap caused tension. Feeling underpaid and unappreciated, Garrett left the show in protest. He didn't show up for filming. Some of the other cast members stood with him. The standoff didn't last forever, but it was enough to show the pressure that can build when a show hits it big. After a few weeks, negotiations worked out, salaries improved, and filming continued. But that moment reminded everyone that success on screen doesn't always mean harmony behind the camera. There were also political differences among the cast. Patricia Heaton, who played Deborah Barone, identified as a conservative. Peter Boyle, who played her father-in-law Frank, leaned in the opposite direction. That could have caused real issues. But it didn't. Heaton said they respected each other's views and often joked around without getting too serious. That kind of mutual respect made its way into the show, where family members didn't always agree but still cared about each other. Heaton faced other challenges, too. During the show's run, she was pregnant twice. The writers didn't include those pregnancies in the show, so the crew had to get creative. They used loose clothing, big props, and careful camera work to hide her baby bumps. It wasn't always easy, but they pulled it off. She also found herself in legal trouble in 2009 when her assistant filed a lawsuit for unpaid wages. It wasn't a major scandal, but it did remind everyone that even TV stars have to follow labor laws like everyone else. One of the reasons the show felt so real was because it often was. Many storylines came straight from the writers' and actors' own lives. Ray Romano and creator Philip Rosenthal encouraged the team to bring their own arguments and experiences into the scripts. One episode, for example, was based on a real fight over a can opener. That kind of honesty gave the show its emotional power. When they felt like they had run out of stories worth telling, they made the choice to end the show. Instead of dragging it out, they protected its quality. Peter Boyle's character, Frank Barone, was rude, loud and stubborn, but somehow still lovable. Boyle himself was much different. But an off day may have helped him land the role. During his first meeting with Ray Romano and Rosenthal, Boyle was frustrated from airport delays and traffic. He came across as grumpy and short-tempered. Exactly the personality they needed for Frank. What seemed like a bad moment actually became a perfect audition. Later in the show's run, Boyle faced a serious health battle. In 2002, he was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, a type of cancer. He didn't want people to treat him differently, so he kept it a secret from most of the cast and crew. Only a few, like Doris Roberts, knew. She advised him to keep going as usual, and he did. He kept performing until the end of the series. Boyle passed away in 2006 from complications related to cancer and heart disease, but his performance continues to bring laughter to millions. The show's personal touch extended to Ray Romano's real-life family, sometimes in uncomfortable ways. His brother Rich, a police officer, often saw parts of his life turned into comedy. Co-workers would tease him about storylines they assumed were based on him. Romano admitted that some episodes poked fun at real habits his brother had, like borrowing stuff from friends. It was all done with love, but it did show how thin the line was between entertainment and reality. There was even talk of giving Robert Barone his own spin-off. The idea was to follow Robert after he moved to Philadelphia and became a gym teacher. Fans were excited, and the character definitely had the charm to carry his own show. But it never happened. Negotiations with CBS stalled, and the project was dropped. It was a missed opportunity, but it also meant the original show stayed untouched and complete. Patricia Heaton brought something special to her role as Deborah Barone. She played a woman constantly torn between loyalty to her husband and frustration with his parents. Her expressions, timing, and delivery were spot on. Critics and fans noticed. She earned 2 Emmy Awards for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Her character reflected the reality many women face, juggling personal needs while trying to hold a family together. That honesty helped viewers connect with her deeply. In the end, Everybody Loves Raymond wasn't just a sitcom. It was a reflection of family life, with all its messiness, love, frustration, and laughter. The behind-the-scenes stories, Brad Garrett's recovery from alcohol, Peter Boyle's silent fight with cancer, Patricia Heaton's hidden pregnancies, only made the show more meaningful. These actors brought their full selves to work, sometimes at great personal cost, to create something lasting. The conflicts they faced off camera didn't break the show. If anything, they gave it more heart. Even the salary battles showed how much the cast cared about fairness and teamwork. They weren't just co-workers, they were part of something special. When the show ended, it did so with dignity. No dragged-out seasons or desperate plot twists. Just a final episode that brought everything full circle. Everybody Loves Raymond remains a timeless favorite because it never tried to be more than it was. It found comedy in real life. It made people laugh at the things they argued about in their own kitchens and living rooms. And behind all the smiles and silly moments was a cast of real people facing real issues. They turned their ups and downs into television history. If this brought back memories or taught you something new about the show, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more untold stories from the world of entertainment. There's always more to the story than what we see on screen.